It is time for the Nebraska Dairy Update. I'm Chad Moyer. My guest on today's program, Ashley Larson, works for Midwest Dairy. She is a manager of programs and partnerships here in Nebraska. Ashley, twice inside a month. We had you on a couple of weeks ago to talk about the Midwest Dairy partnership with Husker Athletics. And I've come to discover that's not the only partnership that dairy farmers have with UNL. There's something called UNL, University of Nebraska Campus Rec. Tell me a little bit about this partnership. How did this come about?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me again, Chad. It's great to be back so soon. So the Campus Rec partnership actually grew out of the work with Husker Athletics. And as we looked for more ways to connect with students and reach Gen Z, Campus Rec became a natural fit. At first, we thought about adding it into the Husker partnership, but ultimately we created two separate partnerships just because they're so different with the activations we want to have. According to our recent research that's been conducted by Midwest Dairy, compared to older adults in the Midwest Dairy region, those 18 to 25 years of age that are considered the Gen Z consume less dairy and are more likely to consume alternatives to dairy. So in addition, they also report lower levels of trust in dairy products as well as the industry altogether. So overall, adult Gen Zs are more likely than older generations to doubt the nutritional benefits of dairy as well as its sustainability. And so our goal is to help provide positive, reliable messaging in order to increase their trust.
Now, you mentioned before that this partnership with Campus Rec kind of came out of that Husker Athletics. Are there similarities between the two partnerships, or are these completely different activations?
Yeah, even though they're two different partnerships, there is a similarity. The main similarity that we have with both partnerships is the digital messaging with the NIL athletes. So those messages highlight dairy's role in wellness and sustainability. With Husker Athletics, they appear on huskers.com and the mobile app. With Campus Rec, those same messages are displayed on cardio equipment in the gyms and on the hallway messaging boards, and they're even in the dining halls and the student union. So it gives us an even broader reach across campus. With these images for the Campus Rec, we were also able to add a QR code for students so they can learn more about dairy. So if they're on a treadmill or whatever cardio equipment and they see the message come up, they can scan the QR code and go into the website and read a little bit more.
Okay. Yeah, let's expand on this a little bit more. What are some more of the unique opportunities that come with this partnership with UNL Campus Rec?
One of the biggest opportunities we have for in-person events is that we can be part of the Big Red Welcome that's always in August. This event happens the first weekend before classes start to welcome students back to campus. Husker Mania is the Friday night before classes start, and we had more than 1,000 students, about 1,200 students came to learn about Campus Rec activities, and we were there with our Midwest Dairy table. Students played our Dairy Dash beanbag toss to learn how dairy cows help sustainability by eating foods that humans can't, keeping those foods out of the landfills. Students received fun dairy swag, and then Plus Highland Dairy was also there providing chocolate milk and ice cream bars. The next morning, then they host the Well-Being Fest that's outside of the City Campus Union, and about 200 students stopped through during that event to spin our dairy trivia wheel. We also had a dairy ambassador on site for both of these events, which really added valuable peer-to-peer interaction. That kind of face-to-face engagement helps build trust in ways that's hard to accomplish online. So that's why these in-person opportunities are really important.
Yeah, like you say, in person, great to make connections with those students one-on-one. Anything new this year with the partnership, Ashley?
Yeah, so an exciting thing that happened this year is Campus Rec actually approached us with a great opportunity. They had just opened a new power room at the City Campus Rec Center, and there was a blank wall that they wanted to fill. They wanted to keep students off of it with throwing balls at it, and so they wanted some messaging. So we were able to partner with Milk Pep, the national campaign that promotes milk, to design something eye-catching and meaningful. The message reads, "Milk's protein helps build stronger muscles," and then alongside of it is an image with an athlete stretching. With about 20,000 students visiting the rec center each week, it's a perfect way to reach our Gen Z audience. And then people are also able to see it if they're doing tours before games or just in the rec center at all. It has a clear wall clear glass wall around it so people can see in and see that messaging if they're walking through.
Absolutely. Like you say, there's the target demo, but other folks will be able to see it as well. So again, overall, how would you say, what is the impact of this campaign, of this partnership, especially on behalf of dairy farmers?
Yeah, since the UNL Campus Rec allows us to share dairy story directly with students, like the in-person events and even just digitally, it's showing both its wellness benefits and sustainability impact. It's all about creating meaningful connections and building trust with the next generation. So with this partnership, we're able to do that.
All right. Again, a great partnership. We talked about partnership with Husker Athletics, and here's another partnership at UNL as well with Campus Rec. Ashley, it's good to have you on the air. Thank you so much. Again, Ashley Larson, Manager of Programs and Partnership in Nebraska with Midwest Dairy. On today's Nebraska Dairy Update, Chad Moyer reporting.